Racial profiling gets defeated. Hello everybody, David Shuster here. It doesn't happen very often, but on occasion, the racism in our police and justice system gets shredded. That has happened a few times recently in Texas, thanks to a judge named David Fleischer. He serves on the Harris County Criminal Court. Watch.
Good morning, Mr. McLean. Sir, you're charged with interference with the duties of a public servant. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you.
Yes, sir. An officer initiated a traffic stop in Harris County, Texas, after observing the defendant exceed a speed limit of 45 miles per hour and make unsafe lane changes. The defendant did not have his driver's license, but told the officer his name and date of birth. While the officer was running the defendant's name, he observed the defendant exit his vehicle, and the officer told the defendant to get back inside the vehicle. And the defendant responded, "Do I have to?" The officer exited the vehicle and attempted to detain the defendant. The defendant tensed up and locked his arms.
Everything is conclusory. What has he done wrong? What?
It was the initial lane changes, unsafe lane changes, and the exceeding the speed limit that prompted the stop. And then at that point, he was just
Stop. How exceeding speed limit? How fast was he going? I mean,
I spoke to the officer this morning, who told me that he was pacing the defendant at 54 miles per hour.
okay, in a what?
I'm sorry?
In a what? I mean, if it's on 610, he's fine, right? And then he's interference duties. What is he interfering with? What did he do wrong?
I think it was after the stop was initiated, the officer was running the plates. The defendant stepped out of his vehicle. The officer told him to get back in the vehicle. The defendant said, "Do I have to?" The officer told me that.
And that's the basis of arrest?
See how
Can I speak,
Your
please?
Don't. Are you losing?
No, sir.
Okay.
And Your Honor, furthermore, as he was attempting to detain him, he locked his arms and tensed up. So as he was attempting to detain him, following that incident of him telling him to get back in the vehicle. And it was
That's
that,
the basis for arrest.
it was just a
Walking
temporary
while black?
detention. He was just attempting to detain him while he was trying to
What's he
investigate.
doing wrong? What's he doing wrong?
65.
No, I don't think so. You can find no probable cause. No, it's just, he gets out of the car and then it just the virtue of fact him getting out in the car is interfering with the duties. Really? No, just when you get into, just be careful out there, man.
Yes, sir.
Life is hard as it is.
Yes, sir.
When you get into, gotta be careful, man.
Yes, sir.
People are always out to get you. Be nice. It's not hard.
I was
Things
being
will go well for you,
Too.
Look, I got it. I'm with you, okay? Just hang tight with me for a second, okay? All right.
The judge threw out the case, and the video of Judge Fleischer admonishing prosecutors and showing compassion to Mr. McLean has gone viral. And it's just one of several cases the judge has memorably thrown out because police and prosecutors disregarded a defendant's constitutional rights. In October, the judge delivered a victory for a black defendant facing charges of marijuana possession. Judge Fleischer quickly dismissed the case due to a lack of probable cause, and then he chided both the police and the prosecutors for bringing the case in the first place, suggesting the man's arrest had clearly stemmed from walking while black. In a similar case in June, Judge Fleischer dismissed charges against another black man who was arrested after police saw him walking through a park when it was closed. Officers spotted the man and chased him. During the chase, police saw a handgun fall from the man's waistband. Eventually, police caught the guy and charged him with evading arrest and unlawfully carrying of a weapon. But in court, Judge Fleischer found no probable cause to suspect the man had committed a crime. Here's the rub. "What's he doing?" said the judge. "Walking while black? All I see is that they go up to him and they just start searching." Judge Fleischer, who is known for being both soft-spoken and tough as nails, has told media reporters that he's simply doing his job, standing up for the Constitution and providing transparency. Along the way, the public is getting a compelling education on issues like probable cause. Under the U.S. Constitution and Supreme Court case law, police officers are required to have a legitimate reason for suspecting illegal activity before carrying out a search or arrest. The skin color, age, ethnicity, or gender are not legitimate reasons. In many states, police are required to have a reasonable, articulable suspicion that a crime has been committed, is being committed, or is about to be committed. Walking or driving driving while black is not a reasonable, articulable suspicion. However, some police and prosecutors try to get around that by hoping potential defendants do not know their rights or waive them. And in those cases, the last chance for justice can rest with a judge. And many judges do not probe the alleged evidence or facts of the case with the same determination as Judge David Fleischer. In Texas, criminal court judges are elected to their position. Judge Fleischer, who first became a lawyer in 2004 and practiced as a criminal defense attorney, was first elected judge in 2018. He won re-election in 2022, and he will be up for re-election in 2026. The Democrat is making about half as much money as a judge as he was earning in private practice. But he says his mission to help reform the justice system has been worth it. On top of his rulings from the bench, the judge has been involved in efforts to reform the bail bond system and boost public safety. There is something special about all public servants who work for the greater good. But Judge David Fleischer is truly unique. He is fearlessly standing up for the rule of law and demanding that all police and prosecutors respect and honor a defendant's constitutional rights. As we've seen in countless cases and videos on this channel, a lot of defendants watch their rights get trampled by overzealous and sometimes tyrannical cops. And our justice system does not always do such a great job of correcting illegal or unlawful police behavior. Thankfully, though, there are some judges who are pushing back. Kudos to David Fleischer and other jurists like him who understand that our justice system relies on equality, fairness, and respect for the Constitution. Racism may be an institutional problem in law enforcement, but with each ruling by David Fleischer and other admirable judges like him, America takes a step towards true fairness and decency. I'm David Shuster. Thanks for joining us.
If you enjoyed this video, that's because of our members. They make us independent, they make us strong, and they make us honest. Become a member today by hitting the join button below.